Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. You are on a call with myself, Brianna Rush, and Greer Jonas, and you're here to be introduced to a 5-week workshop that we are calling Discovery 2015, Ignite Your 2015 Year, going from cold as ice to smoking hot. So just a little bit about myself. Brianna Rush. I am an artist, and so just to give you a little background on myself, I really didn't even know I was an artist until 1992 when I was 30 years old. I was in a corporate job and always was in corporate positions as administrative assistant, secretarial, since I was, in the workforce. At 18. So then when I hit age 40, I went into a sort of a midlife crisis, I guess you would call it, and got laid off from a couple of jobs and had to do some soul searching and found my creativity. I started practicing my creativity outside the job. And after about, maybe 6 to 9 months of practicing my creativity, it started spilling over into my job as purchasing assistant at the time. And I totally automated myself out of that position, started teaching creativity to my coworkers, and got all my bosses, their bosses, everybody bought into this idea of teaching my coworkers how to be more creative because they saw what it did on my job. So but as I said, I automated myself right out of my job, so I had to figure out what to do. So I went and found the person in training and proposed that they hire me as a creativity consultant, and lo and behold, they accepted it. So this was a big coup because this was back in 1995 when major corporations were just beginning to see creativity as important, because before that it never was important because creativity is a soft asset, is what they would say. So I did this creativity consultant for 2 years for a Fortune 500 corporation, going across the country teaching the sales force and financial people, all kinds of corporate people, how to be more creative. So that's basically my story, and it's my passion. Creativity and art are both my passions, and helping people be creative because I can see what a major impact it has upon people's lives. I know what it's done for mine. And with that, so I have invited Greer Jonas. She is a numerologist, and being a number person, I absolutely love numbers. I've actually did a whole series of paintings based on the numbers 1 through 9, and I've gotten to know Greer over 10 years now. And when I went to do this session in beginning 2015, I thought, this would be great to have Greer on the call because I had just done a session with her about changing my name from Mary Gravel to Brianna Rush. So Greer has helped me with that. And Greer, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Thank you, Brianna. That was such an interesting story. I never knew that part of you. That's very interesting. Yeah, my name is Greer Jonas. I call myself an intuitive numerologist because it's not just about numbers, but it's also about intuition. And I guess I started maybe when I was 6 years old. I've always been into what is not seen, what is out there that is not seen. And part of what I saw were numbers. I see numbers everywhere in the same numbers. It probably happens to a lot of you. You see 11s or 33s. And I just was so fascinated by the numbers that at around age 20, I took a class in numerology. And I started looking at how the numbers, based on your birthday, based on your name, can show you the challenges and lessons in your life. And I started doing everybody's charts, all my friends, my boyfriends, my parents, and I started seeing the correlations, not only the correlations of how they are in their lives, but also the correlations on how I worked with them and why I was even with them. So it was really fascinating. And then as I kept going, people started saying, can you do my charts? And then, you know, I really want to change my name, and I don't know what to do, what to call myself. And we started working with changing their names, especially actors who wanted to change their names. And I just started really finding so much information about them. So that's kind of how I started, and I'm going to be working with all of you in finding how your numbers can help you in your life and creating this intention that you're going to be doing over this 5-week process. Basically, I also want to tell you all that I am also an artist, and I met Brianna, like she said, we met around 10 years ago. While I was in a place of feeling kind of down. Like I always felt like I was very creative and always felt like I was an artist, but I was very introverted and didn't really feel like I should tell anyone I was an artist. And we worked together on this intention process, and as a result, I realized the power within me and the power in my art and in my creativity, and it helped me in my life. So I'm just so thrilled that we're going to come together to bring both pieces, the creativity piece and the numerology piece. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So with that, I'll bring it back to Brianna.
Thanks, Greer. That was fascinating. Boy, you started early. This is kind of fun. We have a late bloomer and an early bloomer. Okay, so anyway, so yeah, like Greer was talking about the 5-week class, and if you do decide to work with us later on, we'll tell you more about the 5-week session, but right now we want to actually give you some teachings and help you learn a little more. Even if you don't want to continue the journey with us, you'll have something that you can take away from today. So I hope you're ready. I think I had given you instructions in the email to bring your journals, your pens, and your crayons to the call. So I hope you have those with you. So I want to talk about the Igniting Your Intentions process, and how that all got started was way back when I told you I started doing my creativity and delving into my creativity. I found out it was like this urging to paint through my creativity that I was doing. I was doing all kinds of stuff, but all of a sudden it was just, I had to paint. So I did my first painting. I went to Home Depot, bought all these house paints and a big sheet of masonite, had at it in my basement, just had a blast. And it was so cathartic. After that first painting, I knew that this was what I needed to do. I needed to help other people with their creativity because I could feel what it was doing for me. So, but painting like that is kind of messy, so I wanted to figure out a way that I could make it more portable for folks. So that's how Igniting Your Intentions got born. So now we're using crayons instead of paint. So anyway, the Igniting Your Intentions is a really structured program. It lasts 5 to 6 weeks, and you do daily work for 21 to 28 days. Today I'm going to help you do 1 day so you can see what it is. So to introduce you to the entire structure of the process, there are steps, keys, and guiding principles. And I'll tell you the 3 foundational steps to the process are called action, intentions, and follow through. I call that the success triangle. So action in the intention process is basically showing up, because that's the most important thing you can do in your life. And for everything that you want to do, you have to show up. You can't think about it. You can't, keep planning for it, blah, blah, blah. You have to actually show up and start taking the steps. So action is the very first, most important foundational step. The next step is intention. And that intention is very key and integral, because that's what starts directing your path, the way you want to go. And then follow through in igniting your intentions process is like action, but it's guided, inspired action, because you will get action steps from your process that will guide you on your path from your intention statement. And it's all guiding you in the direction that you want to go. So you have to keep following through. So it's those 3 steps, you just keep continuously doing those. You show up to your process every day, you focus on your intention, and then you follow through with whatever comes up for you in your process. Very important. That's your success triangle. So the process is drawing and writing. Those are the physical acts that you will take, okay? Okay, so take out your journal.
Okay.
And write down this intention statement. I learn how this process can help me. Okay, so write that down on your journal page. Write today's date and this statement. This is your intention statement. And now take out your sheet of paper that you're going to draw on in your crayons or your markers. And just take the first crayon that you see and put it to the paper and start drawing. Let your crayon do the work. If another color calls out to you, go ahead and take that color and see what it wants to draw. It's a very intuitive process. If you're not used to using your intuition, then just trust. Just trust that your crayon and your paper knows what to do, because it does. There's something inside you, a very wise inner guide, that knows exactly what you need to see. Because this is like bringing the invisible into the visible realm. So go ahead and let your drawing draw itself. Okay, so how's everybody doing on that drawing part? Okay, so you can stop doing your drawing right now. I know your drawing might want to do more, but we don't really have time for a longer drawing today. I just want to get you to feeling what the process is like. So now go back to your journal page and just write down something about that drawing. You might want to write down your process, what colors you use, what it looks like. You might want to do some free associations on what you think that drawing might be trying to be about. And I'll just give you a little bit of time to do that and let you see how that is. Okay, so hopefully you got something out of that, your drawing and your writing. And did anybody come up with something that the drawing may have been about that you can learn how this process could help you? Go ahead and put that in the chat box. Okay, great. Brianna says red, green, Christmas, a gift. Anybody else have anything that came through that? Okay. Greer says she saw a Vega eye in a wheel, kind of like trust what I see and move forward. Awesome. Now I would like to turn the meeting over to Greer to see what she can share with you and what you can learn about numerology today in this short time frame. Okay, Greer?
Okay, thanks. That was so much fun. And it really does help me to lead you right into the numbers, because for me, my drawing, it was about me moving forward in my life. And what's perfect about this is this year, 2015, is the year of abundance. The way you figure it out numerologically is you add the 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 5, and that adds to an 8. Now the number 8 in numerology is all about abundance. It's all about power. And it's abundance in every aspect of your life. Not just money and success, but abundance of good health, abundance of spirit, abundance of life, abundance of energy. So, and that's the universal year for all of us. So we can bring in our intentions and really make it happen in our lives. There's a lot of energy towards making things happen. So that's perfect. The other thing that I will be doing with you if you sign up for the 5-week process is we're going to look at our personal year. And everyone's personal year is based on the month and day of the year, of your birth year, and added to 2015. Now, as an example, my personal year adds up to a 4. Now, the 4 is all about the builder. It's all about creating projects, doing projects, and completing things. And it's very organized. So that's really good for me because I tend to be a little bit scattered in my life. So this is going to be a great year for me to be more practical and to get things organized. Now, working with an intention, with the help of Brianna, I will be able to really figure out what my intention is, and with my personal year being a 4, I'm going to be able to really pin it down and organize it. The other thing that we'll be looking at in the with your personal process with me is we'll be looking at your destiny. Now, the destiny is based on the month, day, and year of birth, all added together. So my destiny is a 3, and the 3 is all about creativity. So this ties in line with my passion of being creative. And with the personal year of being a 4, it's really going to help me bring it out into the world. So that's how I will be helping you in the 5-week process. And I hope this explains a little bit about numerology. So now we're bringing it back to Brianna.
So some of the people that have had success with the Igniting Your Intentions process, one woman late last year, she went through the process, and her intention statement was based around relationships and not being able to speak up for herself in her relationships. But what actually ended up happening with her, she found her singing voice, which is very interesting because she was trying to find her voice in her relationships, but she found her creative voice and started singing lessons. and she stopped smoking. She needed to protect those vocal cords. So this is how the igniting tension process can work. Is sometimes it's not exactly what you think it is. She thought it was relationships, but maybe her relationships had to heal in order for her creative voice and her singing voice to come out. So it's really a beautiful process. Another woman that just went through realized that she opened up her intuitive connection and that she had felt had been lost for many years. Another woman was just deep in despair and she just had no hope. And she went through the igniting process and found that hope that she couldn't muster. So she ended up, she's a therapist now. So she helps people now through therapy, which is fantastic. Another woman was a nurse, and she was looking for more joy. So her intention statement was based on finding more joy in her life. Well, working as a nurse, come to find out, nursing is a really hard profession. It really zaps your energy. So she started working less hours and actually met the love of her life. So she wanted to take more time off, and she realized more joy in her life through taking more time off for herself and doing fun things and attracting the love of her life, and they're still together. It's really amazing. So those are some of the things that can happen. Greer, what are some of the things that have happened for people through numerology?
Well, thank you, Rihanna. It was very interesting this month. A good friend of mine brought in her twin boys who were in their second year of college. And I was very surprised that they were even interested in numerology, but both of them wanted a session with me. And so, of course, they're born on the same day, right? So you would think that their vision is the same, but it's not. And I worked with each one of them separately, and both of them were in a year of transformation. And I sat with them talking about their personal year for them, and each one of them came up with a new way that they were going to transform. And it was actually mind-blowing for them to discover it. And it was all based on the numbers. So both of them are going into, they both left for college, they're going to different colleges, and they're both very creative and very inspiring, yet they're going in different avenues based on who they are. And I think that the session really helped them to bring in their year in college.
Wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
It's really cool. So you can have the same numbers and still just be such.
And that's true about all of us. Is that the basic numbers are just generic, depending on who you are and what your intentions are, is how you're going to work with it.
We had a question that was, I know I have big things approaching, just not sure where and when to start. The Igniting Your Intentions process will help you pinpoint exactly where you are right now and how to move forward. And with Greer's numerology help, you're going to know exactly what to do and when to do it and how to start. To quickly recap here, what we've done is we've introduced you to numerology. You learned about 2015, your personal year, and you went through the Igniting basic process, and you learned about the foundational steps to the Igniting process. So now that you've gotten to experience the process, learned a little more about numerology, we'd like to give you an opportunity to learn more and get more of this process in the way of a 5-week workshop that Greer and I are doing. And the workshop actually opens up today. If you sign up today, you'll begin getting information about how to proceed as early as. The 5-week program is going to be very personalized to you. Greer is going to take you through your personal numbers. You're going to receive information on how to set up your intention statement, and you're going to be setting up personal sessions with myself and Greer, because this is what is going to help you create the most perfect intention statement for you. And when the workshop begins, we want to be fairly clear about what your intention statement is. So once you sign up, you'll receive an email from me, an Igniting Your Intentions questionnaire that will help you craft an intention statement. And you'll also receive information about how to sign up for your personal sessions with Greer, who's going to talk about your personal year and how that can relate to your destiny number and the 2015 number of abundance. And then you will also be invited to join the Facebook page, the Facebook group, private group, where everybody will be in there talking about their intention statements and posting their writing and drawing every day. This is going to be, you're going to be drawing and writing for 21 days. And at the end, then I'll guide you through a summary process. We are so very excited to make this awesome offer to you. The 5-week Igniting Your Intentions workshop has a $397 value. We have 3 bonuses coming up for you. As I stated before, this is really, really very personal for you, because you're going to begin the session, even before the workshop begins, you're going to have private sessions, 20 to 30 minutes, with Greer talking about your numerology, your very personal numbers for 2015, and your destiny number, and how that all works with the numerology of 2015. And you're going to, even before that, you're going to have a personal session with me, Brianna, to talk about your intention statement. So when you sign up, you are going to receive a Igniting Your Intentions questionnaire, which is pretty extensive and helps you pinpoint exactly where you are in your life right now and where you want to go. So you will bring that to your call with me, Brianna, for a private one-on-one 20 to 30 minute session, and we'll just hash it out, because that's what the intentions session is all about, is really hashing it out, because you'll have a lot of information coming out of this questionnaire. And I want to make sure that you are building and crafting the most powerful intention statement that you can for right now. After your session with me, then you'll have a session with Greer, and depending on scheduling and availability, this is the preferred method, is for you to meet with me first, craft your intention statement, get it fairly honed, then meet with Greer, find out what your numbers are, and then you can combine the numbers with where you are and come up with something very personal and potent, all for you, very personal. So that's bonus number 1 and 2. Bonus number 3 is a Igniting Your Intentions journal, which will be downloaded, and as you can see, it's quite lovely. You can print this off and use it as your journal, because I've provided lines, I've provided the date and place for your intention statement. This is the format that you'll use, and it's kind of lovely to have it in one place. Summary then of our awesome offer is the Igniting Your Intentions 5-week workshop for $397. Bonus number 1, one-on-one with me, Brianna, a $60 to $75 value. Bonus number 2, a one-on-one with Greer, a value of $60 to $75. And bonus number 3 is your downloadable Igniting Your Intentions journal. Now all of this adds up to $532 to $562 value, which is yours for $397. And if you act early, if you are an early actor, an early go-getter, early action taker, then you get $100 off. You get that whole experience for $297. So to give you an idea of the workshop timing and the schedule, registration is open right now, and you can head on over to ignitingyourintentions.com/5WK. As soon as you register, you'll be receiving information about how to set up appointments with myself and Greer, how to get on the Facebook page, all of that good stuff. So go on over there, hop on over there now, and we really hope to see you in the 5-week process. Thank you so much for listening. Okay, go get them. Go to that website now, ignitingyourintentions.com/5WK. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. And I hope that you will join us for the 5-week session. It's going to be powerful. It's going to set you up for 2015 in the most personal, successful year for you.
I just want to thank you also this is just a very exciting process, and working with Brianna and just discover what we can learn together. So I'm really looking forward to meeting each one of you.
All right. Well, take care, everybody. See you later.
Okay, bye.